Hey there, what's up? In today's class, we're going to see how to give instructions in a recipe. We are studying food, how to prepare food, and all this stuff. And we saw in previous classes that the imperative was the standard verb form to use when you're talking about recipes. And we also saw that link words such as then, first, next, and after that were important when describing the sequence of instructions. So, a basic series of instructions could be given as do this, then do that, next do something else, for example. Today we're going to focus on some more words and phrases which help to link different instructions together. To demonstrate this, we're going to the kitchen.
Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Clara. I'm 91 years old.
Yes, and listen to a woman called Carrie. She wrote a recipe for scones, very tasty and traditional British small cakes. Scones. She is going to help us with the recipe.
Holy hell!
The recipe is a series of instructions, each one with an imperative verb.
Sir, yes, sir!
Before the imperative verb, there is a linking word or expression. Listen out for the different linking words and expressions. To help, you will hear this sound before each linking word. Okay? Let's do it.
To begin with, preheat the oven to 220 degrees centigrade. While the oven's heating, prepare the scones. Put the flour and butter in a bowl and use your fingertips to rub in the butter so that the mixture looks like breadcrumbs. When this is done, stir in the sugar and salt. Next, use a knife to mix in the milk a little bit at a time. When it's all mixed in, use your hands to knead everything together into a soft dough. After this, put the dough onto a floured surface and use a rolling pin to roll the dough. The dough needs to be about 2 centimetres thick. Once you've done this, use a round cutter to cut out circles and put them on a greased baking sheet. Then put them in the oven and bake for 12 to 15 minutes. Finally, when they're golden brown, take the scones off the baking sheet and leave them to cool, or eat them straight away with butter and jam or clotted cream.
Could you pick out different linking words? Listen to this part again. How does she start?
To begin with, preheat the oven to 220 degrees centigrade.
To begin with. Yes, to begin with. The next instruction is for doing something that should be done at the same time as the first stage in process. Listen.
While the oven's heating, prepare the scones.
While the oven's heating. While the oven's heating. Yeah, and it means while something is happening, is in the process, do something else. In this case, prepare the scones. This is a useful structure to know because sometimes it's possible for more than one thing to be happening at the same time. Compare this with the next expression I'm going to pick out. Listen.
When this is done, stir in the sugar and salt.
When this is done. Yes, when this is done. In this case, you have to complete the previous stage before continue. When it's done, this is a passive structure, but you could also say when you have done. When you have done is the same idea. Now listen to this.
After this, put the dough onto a floured surface. Once you've done this, use a round cutter to cut out circles.
After this, and once you have done this, it would be the same, right? Okay, the following expression indicates the last stage.
Finally, when they're golden brown, take the scones off the baking sheet and leave them to cool, or eat them straight away with butter and jam or clotted cream.
Finally, when they are golden brown. Yes, all right. So finally means it's the last thing to do. Well, that's the end of the recipe and nearly the end of our class. But before you go, we've looked at different expressions which link a series of instructions together. In each case, the word or expression is followed by an imperative verb. Remember, do that, chop the vegetables, put some sugar. All right? Now it's your turn to tell me your favorite recipe in the comments. You have to write the recipe of something you like to cook or something you like to eat. You can watch this video again or use the information on page 50 of your student's book. In your recipe, you have to use a number or quantity. Remember the expressions of quantity that we studied previously? You also have to write the instructions with imperative verbs and linking words such as finally, first, next, after that. All right? And include a tip. For example, when do you like to eat this? How do you like to eat this? Is there a secret ingredient? Now it's on you. That's all for today, guys. See you next class. Bye.